Wow, has it been a long time, guys. First time actually using my new phone for a video. I haven't done a video since March of this year, since I broke my foot and I did monogamous March. But here I'm back. And I don't know how often I'll do these, but I've got a new product I want to show off today, and I've never used it yet. So I want to try it and see how it goes. Douglas actually posted his video today. I've been meaning to do this video for about a week or two, but been sick, got a cough drop in still. But it's the PAA brush soap. It's got the little nubs in there and all that deal. I'm going to be doing a couple different parts to this. I'll have to come back and forth to the video. But this smells like Sacre Blue. So that Aqua Velva. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use different brushes. I've got 7 different brushes here. I want to show you them before. Then I'll do the work with them. Then I'll show you the after. We can kind of see what it improves. I'm using my oldest synthetic. You can kind of see, it's a little hard to tell in there. There's a little dead spot in there. So I'm interested to see if it will help with that. But my oldest synthetic, an Uber Soft. I've got my 1305. I've got a Brad Sears Silver Tip. Something you guys haven't seen yet, at least in video, Morrison Foundry. Got my Nathan Clark Horsehair. I'm just trying to get different knot types, see if there's any noticeable difference. I've got my first ever Nathan Clark brush, and you can see this thing's gotten a lot of use. The knot needs some help. I abused this knot when I first got it. I didn't know any better. So I'm interested to see what happens to this knot. This is the one I'm most intrigued by. And then for Gee Whiz, this one I found at the antique store. I have not used this, don't plan on using it, but for this purpose I will use this as the last one. I was going to use my new wolf whiskers, my only wolf whiskers, but it's brand new, so no need to really clean it. So I'm going to stop the video here, start soaking my brushes. I'll put them to work. I might stop in and show you a little bit of the work with it, but that's where I'm at. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. I started soaking. I'm even soaking the synthetic because I just want to warm it up a little bit. Hoping it might, I won't say soften because it really won't soften, but maybe loosen up the fiber, maybe bring back that dead spot again. But I've got the soap here in my towel. I'm going to quick wet it. Change the camera angle too. I went out a little bit wider now since I'm doing the demo portion. See how that looks. Shake it off. And he recommends doing a figure 8 clockwise. Doing the best figure 8 I can. And then it says 20 to 30 seconds if I remember correctly. So we'll do a little bit here. And now I'm going to switch directions, which is going to be really awkward. So trying to... In reality, you could probably just sit there and do random patterns back and forth, and you'll probably get the same thing, but I like the concept of reverse figure 8, that deal. But the little nubs are supposed to help separate the hair fibers, and you can see it's definitely getting a good bit of soap in there. Not shave soap. It's definitely a cleaning soap. I don't have the ingredient list because I don't have the box. I was just given this in a little bit of cellophane. So I've got it here. Now he's got, each one comes with a little comb, and I'm just going to start combing it out. This is also for brush stink too, if you got new brushes. I don't have any new brushes that stink, but you just start combing it out, and if there's any resistance, don't fight it, don't push through. You know, just like your human hair, you wouldn't want to tear it apart. So I'm just going to comb this one out, and then I'll keep working with the other brushes, and I'll come back. I may show them after they're all wet and rinsed, but then I'll come back again down the road and show you what the dried finished products look like to see kind of what the difference might be. I'll be back. Got 2 brushes down. They're off to dry now. I'm working with my 3rd brush, and one thing I did forget to mention is to also comb it out underwater after you comb it out in this fashion. I switched to a larger comb that I have because a lot of my knots are larger. bigger fan types, that type of deals, especially for the silver tip behind you from Brad Sears. So I switched to a little bit larger one just to have a little more surface area to comb it out. I did meet some resistance, so I just kind of went easy with that. Once again, this thing is just, I know it's not a lather soap, but so far so good. I don't expect any miracles with that synthetic, since I did beat out the core from pushing too hard, I think, and just kind of bent it. So I'm back, going to continue on, and I'll finish up later on. Alright, I'm back. I went back into the zoomed in mode since that's the way I started the video. And these brushes aren't dried yet, but it took me about 2 minutes to brush roughly between the brushing, the soap, all that. But I just wanted to show you, just in case I can't splice the two videos together, at least I'll show you what they look like. And I ran them on a towel. So this is that vintage brush. There's a lot of knots in this. I will say this, it did help get a lot of the knots out. Maybe just combing would have worked, but I would imagine that the soap helped, because I know there's conditioner, there's cleaner, the hairs are going to be stuck together. So still never going to use this knot, but it's going to be my first restore kind of project. The synthetic, pretty well dry. So I've still got that same spot. Might be a little better. I don't know. You be the judge of that. Look side by side. We'll say this. They smell nice. This is the Silver Tip by Brad Sears. I said, you can be the judge of it. I believe I have some of the brushes I took a picture of like a week or two ago, from top down. So I might do the same if I can find that picture. This is the Morrison Foundry. But not expecting any miracles as in like fixing a big brush, but trying to see if I can get it to, the color keeps changing. This is that horsehair brush. But you're definitely going to get a cleaning aspect, the conditioning part. The scent is going to be better. I could definitely see myself using this a lot on new brushes with stank. You could use your regular soap too, but this is actually going to clean it as well. Here's the 1305. But what I will say this before I leave, this one will take a little bit because it's the gel tip, so it's sticking together. So when it dries, I usually quick brush up my hand real quick, and we'll see what that final looks like. But in closing, in case I don't come back for the final deal, what I really like about this is, like I said, the smell aspect. I had seen the ingredients list before. It's really nice. But it did a good job. It was easy. But what I will say real quick, what it taught me is the two brushes that were the easiest to do were my horsehair and my synthetic. Reason being, I think the horsehair probably was the easiest, was because I already comb this a lot. Every time I use it, I shouldn't say every time, but every like 3-4 times I use it, I comb it out. So there was no knots in it already, so it was very easy. I found in my other brushes, there may not have been knots, but there were tight spots where it was catching. So something to think about for your brush maintenance, that whether you want to do this, because we're all looking to clean the soap scum out of our brushes anyway, so something like this would be perfect. But at least combing out your badger or boar brushes, that kind of thing, to kind of work the knots out, kind of pull things apart. So to me, this is kind of 2-in-1. You're cleaning them and you're combing it. So that's my recommendation. We'll come back, hopefully, see the finished products when they're dry. But at this point in time, I'd say, hey, it doesn't hurt. It cleans them, makes it smell better, and you're getting some knots out of your brushes. So I recommend it. I will be back, hopefully. If not, I'll catch you guys later. Hey everybody, I'm back. It's been 2 days since I did part 1, so hopefully I can tie this all together. If not, this will be a standalone. But the brushes have been cleaned. The puck here, you can see the nubs have gone down a little bit, but I want a quick show 4 of the brushes, and just because the 4 that I hopefully can attach the pictures to as well of the before and after. But we'll start off with the Morrison Foundry. Now that they're fully dried, I would say everything looks beautiful in there. This one didn't really look bad at all, but still smells. So 2 days later, 2.5 days later, and still has that smell. We'll go with this vintage brush. It looks considerably better. I would still never use this. You can tell it's big, but there's knots have been removed. Like I said, I never used this brush. I just bought it. It still looks very frail, but looks nicer. At least it's got something going for it. Now on for the 2. These are the 2 that I'm really impressed with. And One of them is the Smoke 1305. This was, I won't say knotted, but clumped up and definitely didn't have a nice look to it on the tips. Now, obviously, combing it out, but also smells good. You can smell the soap still, but it just looks nicer overall. So to me, huge win for this brush. And then, even bigger, I saved the best for last, was my Nathan Clark. If you look at the before pictures, you'll see these things were once again clumped up together. Once again, maybe product of just brushing it, but I've brushed brushes before, so I don't know. But once again, it smells nicer. It feels really, really nice. So to me, I think it's a winning product. I say check it out. The nubs are really cool. Comes with a comb as well. I think it's a well thought out, well intended product. Won't set you back much. So to me, honestly, it really makes sense to get. So try it out. Next order, go ahead and place. When you place your next order, go ahead and grab it. My recommendation is for that. These two brushes alone show me, hey, this thing looks really nice. Smells nice. So for that brush funk we were talking about, be perfect. And it's dual purpose too. Your wives could use it for their makeup brushes as well. So everybody, God bless. I'll catch you later. Hopefully right now, I'll be attaching pictures.